Start thinking about just massive growth. One of the things the storage industry has been talking about for a while is unstructured data, and how it's really kind of dwarfing the structured data market. What are you seeing from the unstructured data standpoint? What pain points are customers having? Are there home directories all over the place, or is it the big data applications that they don't know where to put everything? What are you seeing out in the marketplace today?
Yeah, I mean, big data is probably an overused term to a certain extent, like cloud. And there's, one major area that people are addressing now is I just have massive amounts of data I have to store. Healthcare would be a perfect example where I'm digitizing everything. But the other thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to consolidate my decision support system. So why is an X-ray stored in one system and an MRI in another system? And as I start to bring that down, I end up creating a big data problem. So I think there's another example where companies like EMC and NetApp are bringing out technologies that allow you to manage and more efficiently store many petabytes of unstructured data, whereas the structured database isn't growing as fast as those use cases for unstructured data, and fortunately the concept that X amount of data took X amount of people to manage. I think that both the technologies and the management around that to support those large big data solutions, if you would, unstructured data solutions, you're able to have one person manage many petabytes.
Yeah. So obviously I need to be able to manage and grow that environment. That typically means I need a lower price point than I traditionally had. Companies out there looking at things like scale out NAS architectures and object storage. Do you have any commentary as to what's winning deals out in the marketplace today for that unstructured data?
Well,
I'm not asking a specific company technology,
yeah.
but it just from an architectural standpoint, what's doing well?
There are things like Hadoop that are coming. There's scale-out NAS that I think is really evolving very quickly right now. So, and the ability to manage it as I scale it out and be able to, one of the most important things is to try to get the right amount of data to the right application at the right time. So if I have many petabytes, really expensive stuff. Some stuff is very hot, right? And so that needs to be on something that's very fast and maybe closer to the application. So we see that happening where people are putting, storage in the server to be able to serve certain things out that are hot more quickly, and then, getting colder storage for things that haven't been accessed for a while. So that tiering technology, I think we're just at the beginning of seeing, how not only do I store it efficiently, but how do I manage it right so that I'm, delivering the application.
All right. So Mark, at the beginning of the segment here, we talked about there's so many changes going on. Ken said the rate of change just keeps increasing. It's the only thing that's constant in this industry is that things keep changing, right? So
Right.
I'm wondering, are there any pitfalls you see out there, or people coming in with just not ready to change? What's stopping the industry? What if we could just change one thing, what would make it better? Or if they could follow the example of somebody, what would make things easier?
I think one of the big pitfalls, it is change. It's organizational change where we have IT that has performed and acted a certain way for almost their whole life, and the advent of, and it's an overused word, but this time I'm going to say it's correct, the cloud, the truly something that is elastic, usage-based billing. I'm only charged for what I use. I can get it when I want it, easy access. I think that technology has been a total game changer. And the impediment is actually getting people that are in IT to think differently. They have to look at what they do in a very different sense. And that's where we're spending a lot of time. Also some new evolving roles. So the game changers, the ways to move forward is looking at, like I mentioned it earlier, an app programmer. Bringing that into IT where they're spending more time making sure that everything that is running actually runs smoothly and runs together. And I think that's going to be the evolution. The people that are doing that, and no, unfortunately, for better or for worse, nobody just jumps out at me who's easily making that change. But that's why a lot of our customers are bringing us in. They recognize that that's the path they need to go down.
So as we look to bring this segment to a close, Kent, I want to give you both, last word on this. Kent, you were talking about Flash for a second. We think that, Flash has been going on for about 5 years now since, EMC and Fusion.io really started bringing Flash to the enterprise. We believe that there'll be, even more innovation over the next 5 years. Even you'll probably see more innovation over the next 2 years in Flash than we've seen in the last 5 years combined. What other technologies are hot in your space? What should people really be keeping an eye on?
Obviously, that's one, right? That's really going to change the dynamics of how storage is laid out over the next few years. Cloud delivery models. You mentioned what's the biggest challenge, and I agree. It's change, right? And people will say I have to adopt cloud because I'm not even sure why, but we're going to adopt it at a 50% rate as opposed to aligning it with the business, et cetera. So that leads to delivering IT as a service. What of all of our business users going out and doing? They're getting their job done, and we need to align all of this technology to the business benefit. So virtualization will continue. There will be flash storage and storage. There will be cloud delivery models. All of those things are probably some of the biggest trends. And then throw big data on there for good measure, and you've got probably some of the biggest growing trends.
So Kent, I said that was my last question. I want one follow-up for you. So we talked about VDI. A lot of those went to pilot and failed. How's our success rate on cloud doing these days?
So cloud's a journey, right? So as Mark pointed out, you look at an organization and say, if you just did these things, and then technology is probably somewhat easy to figure out, but how to consume that and how to optimize it and capitalize on that for the organization, that's the things that people are working their way through. But it's not different, the virtualization started that way too. It's like, okay, we could virtualize everything, but we're not going to because the application owners don't trust us yet. So they'll try it somewhere, and then they'll do more. And people are still virtualizing, right? It's not like we're done. And the same thing with cloud. People are adopting it at different rates of speed. I can't think of anybody besides, Salesforce. It's a complete cloud company or cloud operated company, but they're starting to adopt it and consume it and see the benefits of it and then increase from there.
Yeah, no, great point. Even as I said, I was at Amazon show last week, and somebody asked, is Amazon.com all run on AWS? And they said most of it, but there's actually a couple of legacy pieces that aren't on it. So even the cloud giant out there doesn't run everything on that service. So Mark, I want to give you the last word on to kind of wrap up this segment.
As we move to the cloud, changing what we do from an IT side, how we do it, I'd say the biggest change is truly aligning IT with the business, where they're now a partner. They're at the table. If you look at any other department, when somebody wants to roll a new product out or a new service, they have all of the marketing, the sales, the product development, all at the table. IT needs to be considered a part of that team. And the only way they can be a part of that team is really understanding the business and transforming themselves into true service providers that says, what do you need to do that? Where they're an enabler as opposed to just a contributor.
All right. Well, Mark and Kent, thank you so much for joining us here today. It was great to really unpack, big trends that are happening from converged infrastructure, how that's laying the foundation for private clouds, how public cloud services, software as a service, are really giving customers lots of options.